children, other than the 144. Yeah. So obviously, what group do you follow? IUIC, ISUBK, IUIC. Okay. They teach. Huh? Huh? Doesn't matter. Man, the Lord is watching you. You don't want. Yeah, the Lord is so. That's the one you want to. That's the one you want to be frightened of. Not a little camera there.
I'm not frightened.
That's what I'm trying to say. Don't be frightened of that. You know what I mean? You should be happy that the Lord is giving you. Look at all the wrestler women walking around in their own little bubble, not knowing what's happening. I mean, you should be lucky the Lord has opened up your vernacular to get this. You understand? You shouldn't be frightened of it. Not at all. You understand? So let's continue. You know some other things. You know the mark of the beast. You know the mark of the beast. We're not teaching that in IUIC. You know what the mark of the beast is?
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah, but what device are they going to stop the people to buy and sell? There's actually going to be a device. The mark of the beast is a mark what they're going to put into. They want to put into every citizen or I say citizen of the world. Yeah, they want to put it into everybody because they're going into a digital system. There's going to be no more. They're going to a cashless society. But the IUIC don't teach us the chip. Right.
I don't follow like IUIC. I'm drawn to them, but I'm not.
Because of the purple.
affiliated with the camp. No.
Why? What was their what teachings draw you today? Oh, because there's a lot of women in there.
Not necessarily that.
What?
Structure and order.
Order. Yeah, but they're not teaching the full doctrine. You want the full role. Because if they're not teaching about the mark of the beast, saying it's a microchip, that's very important because that's life and death. If anybody takes that chip, the Lord said that I'm going to kill you. So they're not teaching that. There's a lot of these Israelite groups who are not teaching about the MOTB.
Yeah, but I'm not with IUIC.
No, I know you said you're not. But what it is, you want the full role. You understand? Because when they implement the chip now, you're going to be oblivious. Because you know about the RFID chip now, didn't you? Let me show you. This is the eye. This is the mark of the beast. See this here? Microchip, yeah? It's about the size of a grain of rice. And they want to put this in your right hand. Revelations, I'm reading to you in the 13th chapter. This is what they want to put in. This is why they're getting everybody prepared with this needle. See, everybody's getting the needle. Have you had your needle yet? Have you taken the needle? Right, so that's a good thing. See, they want to put it in your right hand or in your forehead. Yeah? And as you can see, we've been in the beast system 666. See the barcode? We've been in there from long, but now they want to stick the barcode in your right hand or in your forehead. There's some clubs there called the Baja Club in Spain. You can't enter that club without taking the beast, the micro. Do you understand? So this is the mark of the beast, what they're going to bring. And the Lord said, if you take this mark, that means you pledge your allegiance to the white man, to Satan. Because you know the white people are the devil, the Bible speaks of. You know that? Yeah. And they wouldn't believe, they wouldn't let you believe that, but they are. They've made us look like we're the evil ones. Yeah? At the end of the day, our big brother's coming. You know our big brother's coming. You can see the signs, the uproars of the people. That's what I'm going into today. My doctrine, my teachers was Great Millstone. Yeah, that's my teachers. Because we don't cut to the chest. They give it a bit full, raw, uncut. Then they might seem a bit raw in that, but because they're just like the Lord. The Lord is raw. Huh? They're passionate. They're more than passionate. They go deep. Our teacher's the one who taught about how to go deep into the blue letter and all that. See all these people who use the blue letter now? That originally comes from Great Millstone. They're the ones who went deep. Yeah, but they tell us to stay, don't go too deep, because the Lord says, don't take in too much what you can't eat. You know what I mean? You gotta have the milk first, and then you go to the meat. Yeah? So let me continue. I was just going into any questions? Huh? No questions? Because you know what the woman's supposed to do, isn't it? Yeah? You're supposed to teach other... What is the woman supposed to teach who?
The women and the children.
Thank you. To love their husbands, to take care of the house, right, and to be obedient to the Heavenly Father, yeah? Through your husband, right? So let's continue with this. I was just reading about 2 Thessalonians. I was reading about Luke, how Luke tied into the man of sin and the sign. Do you know where there are eclipse recently? You know about the eclipse? Huh?
Red moon.
Yeah, it's called a beaver moon. Because when you see these signs in heaven, it's supposed to be signs of what's coming. Because the moon brings in the seasons. That's where we get the word month from the moon. You know that, yeah? And as you know, when the moon is full, it brings different. That's why you get lunar. You know, lunatic. Because you see the moon, see the tide. It makes the water go back and forward. It coincides, and we're 73% water. So when you've got a full moon, it does something to our spiritualism. Just like your clothes. See, if you're wearing mixed fabrics, it brings a vibration on you. If you just wear linen, or if you wear wool, it brings a proper vibration. That's why there's a law where the Lord said, don't mix your fabrics. And the white man goes against everything God says, because he's the adversary. He's against the Most High. So that's why we get cotton and polyester, whatever, wool and whatever they mix. Because remember, he's doing everything against. Because he's Esau, isn't he? Right, he's the Edomite, yeah? The wicked one from the garden. You know what regarding Eve? That spirit is the same spirit what's in his right. The same way they regard us. They told us that this garbage was Jesus Christ, the white boy. When white boys need suntan lotion in the sun, yeah? They get malignant what? Malignant, what's it called? Malignant what? Melanoma. So they can't be the people of God. Yeah, they're the wicked one. Yeah. So let's continue with 2 Thessalonians, and it says, if you got any questions, just ask. It says here, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who will let until he be taken out of the way. And the Lord is saying, he's letting this. Let's get it out of Job. And then Revelations. This is Job 14 and 5, and it says, I wish I had more things. No, I don't wish I had more things, because I've been seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. See, the Lord has appointed the so-called Caucasian man's rulership that he cannot pass. We're in his eon, because you know we got 3 words for world. You know that we've got 3 words for world. 3 words for world. See the world? You know John 3:16. God so loved the world. Everybody thinks that's the whole world, don't they? Huh? Say that again. I'm asking about 3 words. There's 3 words for world in the Bible, in the Greek, in the Alexandrian dialect called the Koine Greek. Yeah, there's 3 words. Do you know what those 3 words are?
Cosmos.
Yeah.
No.
Cosmos is one of them.
People of common.
That's the one in John 3:16. People of the tribes are singled out people. But then there's oikomeni, what means the whole inhabited earth, and then there's eon, an age. Alright? So in John 3:16, God so loved the world, yeah, that he gave his only begotten son. This, everybody knows that scripture, but I ask people, what does John 3:14 say? Do you know what John 3:14 says? Because you know John 3:16, don't you? So what does John 3:14 say? Say that, let's go. Cold out here.
Is it because Moses lift up the serpent?
Right. Yeah, as he did for thingy, because that is the actual connection between John 3:16, because only Moses lifted up the serpent to the Israelites. So he said, same way, John 3:16, that the Lord has been lifted up, that he's going to, for the world. So yeah, see, that's so if anybody comes up to you and asks you about John 3:16, God so loved the world, you ask him, what does John 3:14 say? And then that's the cutter, you know what I mean? That's the one what's cut to them. But the same way, it says here, yeah, so you got three words, oikomeni, cosmos. Cosmos means, like you said, separate people, John 3:16. Eon means an age, so we're going through the white man's age now. And this guy here, he hates Hebrew Israelites, so he come up here before, yeah? So you got to watch him, then cometh the wicked one. Yeah? Then you got oikomeni, what means the inhabited earth. You know that, innit, yeah? So if John 3:16, God said, I love the world, that's supposed to be there. Oikomeni instead of cosmos. And this is where a lot of these Christians get caught up. Yeah? Because Christian only, it means what? Followers of Christ or Christ-like or the anointed. The only Christians are the so-called Israelites.
That's the Jews, man.
Right? Because what they said, when he was in Rome, when the white man had us in arenas, they said these Christians, right? Right, it was derogatory. But now everybody takes that on, like, because they see that, like, now that there is God's chosen, they can see that the end is coming for them. So now they want to be part of the covenant. You know what I mean? But no, they got to go through this slavery. Same when we went through it. This is what they got to go through. But this is the part they don't want to swallow down, right? They don't want to swallow this part down. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like I said, if anyone hears a word, then cometh the wicked one. You understand? Yeah, Satan cometh in the midst. Alright, so let's continue. Right, and it says here, then shall that wicked man be, then shall the wicked one be revealed. You know, the white man is the wicked one. And it says, we know that by his works. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. And it says, then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. That's like I said here, because it tells you in Jeremiah, the spirit of his mouth. He said, I will put my words in your mouth. Let's get that. And this is why this Edomites come up here now, because the spirit of the Lord's mouth is going to cut into pieces, see? They won't accept that they're not accepted. The white man says, I want to be accepted in everything. I will. Right? This is Jeremiah 14 and 15, it says, Jeremiah, let's get the other one. Jeremiah 5 and 14. Wherefore, thus saith the Lord, because the Lord of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in your mouth fire, and this people wood, and it will devour them. You see? That's what white people, they're at folly, but when their shit falls apart, then they want to come crying to you, you know what I mean? But his days are determined. Let's get Revelations. Because Revelations, the last book, tells you that we're coming to the end of his wickedness. This is Revelations 12 and 12. And it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens. There's three heavens. There's heavens, rulership on the earth. Heavens, where the birds fly, and there's an outer heaven where the Most High dwells. Yeah. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens. He's talking about the white man's rulership. That ye that dwell in them, because he's dwelling in his rulership now, because he's the one who sets the curriculum. He's got the banking system. Yeah. It says,
Mate, you're a liar.
and ye that dwell on the, it says here, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants. Woe means destruction. The inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, the white man, is coming down on you.
Does it say the white
great
man?
wrath.
Or is it just something you added in
Because he has that.
You're racist
Because you have a short time. You understand? Because he knows that his time is short. He can see his world falling apart. Yeah. You don't put 400 to 500 years of free labour and expect to get away with it.
Man, that wasn't,
you know what I mean?
free though,
You don't expect that, do you?
Mate, that shit made
Have
my
you heard of the universal term called karma? What goes around comes around.
It doesn't
Well, that's what's happening now. It's coming back on him. Like a boomerang. He made the boomerang. Huh?
With like a ring.
Yeah, that's what he said, like a ring, innit? Yeah. What goes around comes around. Right? And it says, and they got the audacity to call us lazy when we built up their society. That's the thing about it, though, isn't it?
Hey,
Only the devil would say that.
Poor, bro.
Only the devil would say
Slaves
something
made
like
the
that.
South poor.
Right? And it says here.
Slavery was a net negative for the fucking country, bro.
Right, let's see.
We would have been better off without it.
And it says
That's
here.
where the North won the war. They had better
Even
economics.
him, who's coming after the work of Satan, you know, that's the Caucasian man, they call themselves white, when they're as red as hell, like the devil himself, with all powers and signs of lying. He's talking about, I'm lying, look, lying wonders. Who's the liar? He says here,
Bro,
that the Caucasian man will be lying.
Show me the
all
words.
right?
Show
And
me
it
the
says
words.
here,
Where does it say the white man?
and with
Where's it
all
say the white man? Where's it
deceivableness
say
and
the white man?
unrighteous.
Where's it say the white man?
Who's deceiving everybody?
Show
He's
us,
saying
bro.
there, look.
Come on, show us. Bro.
Who deceived us with this? Said this
Bro,
was
that's
Jesus.
not mine.
Huh?
That's not me.
Who said this was Jesus?
No one.
Did the Chinese
No
man
one
put
here,
this up?
bro.
Did the Japanese man?
got
African
their
man?
own
Who
versions,
put this
bro.
up? The white man. He's the
They've got their
liar. He's the
own
deceiver.
Chinese Jesus.
Right? That's it. He's the deceiver. And it says here, an unrighteousness. LGBTQ. Step out, come,
Bro,
step
you're in
away
public,
from here.
mate. You're in
step
public,
Out, step
bro.
step
Don't touch
away.
me. Don't
You
touch
step
me.
away
I'm
from
looking
step
at this
away.
picture, bro.
Yeah,
You're in
go
public.
over there. Go over there.
Yeah, no.
Go over
Don't
there.
touch me.
Go over there.
You need to step
Go
out
over
of my
there.
space, bro.
No, you just stepped
You're
into
in
my
public.
space.
You're in public,
You stepped
mate.
in my space.
This is
all
public,
right?
bro. I can
You
step
stepped
wherever
you stepped
I
in my
like,
space.
bro.
You stepped in
I
my
can step
space.
wherever I like.
Yeah.
Let's calm down.
What are you doing over here? Why are you looking at calming down? I'm not
Oh, I'm
calming
looking
down.
at your picture.
You don't have to look at that.
I want to.
Yeah? You don't have to look at it. It's
I
got
wanna
nothing
look
to
at
do
it.
with you.
Yeah, look, it does. It
Nothing to
says
do with you. Nothing to do with you. That's it. Go over there.
Edomite, aka
Yeah, go over there.
Idleness,
Go over
aka
there.
the seed of the wicked, aka
Go over
the
there and
devil.
look at it. That's right. Go
And a
over
bunch
there.
of pictures of white men.
Go over there.
You're a fucking racist.
Yeah, I'm a
Mate,
racist.
you
What are you
have
gonna do
such
about
a
it?
bad
So what are you
fucking-
gonna do about it?
I'm
a
calling
racist.
you
What
out,
are
bro.
gonna do?
I'm
What
calling
are
you
gonna
out.
do?
I'm
What are you
making
gonna do
fun
about
of you in
it?
public.
Yeah? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing.
I'm doing
You do
this,
nothing.
bro.
Shut up.
No, mate.
Show me.
Show me where it says white man in the Bible.
Right, let's
Show me,
continue.
show me.
Let's continue. Right, it
And
says
with
here.
all deceivableness
Yes.
of unrighteousness
Right,
in
and it
them
says
that
perish
perish,
because
they shall
receiveth not the love of the truth. And these white people don't love the truth.
Mate, we love
Right?
the truth
They
more
don't
than
love
you.
it, right? They don't
we
love
the
it.
truth more than you.
Right? Well, they're
love the truth
about
more than you,
contention. Look, blood, murder, that's what it's about. Murder
Who freed
and
the
all that,
slaves?
right?
Who freed the slaves? Wasn't the black
Right,
man.
let's see.
Wasn't the black
And it
man,
says
was
it. Because you receive not
You
the love
sold
of
your
the
own
truth,
people to us.
and they might be saved.
How pathetic.
That for this cause God shall send them strong delusion. That strong delusion is that they're going to rule
Look at
forever.
this racist
okay?
shit, mate.
And now
You're
shalt
saying
believe
all white
a lie.
people are fucking devils.
And it says here that all that might be damned
We're the ones
who
that
believe
invented
not the
freedom.
truth.
We're the ones
Alright?
that invented
because
human
these
rights.
Edomites, they don't believe the truth. Brother and sister,
I'm not an Edomite,
let the devil just do what he's got to do, because this is his world. Now, if I was to thump
No,
him
man,
down,
this
I've got
is
to
in
go to
public.
jail.
This is
You
in public.
understand? I've
Yes,
got to
you
go to
would.
jail,
Yeah, you would.
right?
This is
And that's what he
called
wants me to do. He wants me to get physical because he knows
No, man,
it's
it
him.
sounds like you
right?
want to get physical.
Because he knows that
Sounds
I'm
like
going to go
you
to
wanna
jail.
get
They're going to
physical.
come and take me to jail. Because this is his little white world he lives in. This is his white supremacy. He can do this. But in the kingdom, we're going to have them in chains. And that's
Bro,
what
this
they-
isn't even my country.
Right? Right, and it says, right, that they might be damned, and they're going to be damned. Doing this, God's chosen. Alright? This is what they've done to us. So they're going to be damned. That's what they're going to get. Damnation. And they hate the truth. You can see it. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. If I knew that I done wrong, I would take it. I'd say, yeah, I've done wrong. You know what I mean? Right, and it says here, but we bound to give thanks away to God for your brethren beloved, O Lord, because we have from the beginning chosen you for salvation. So we was chosen. Yeah? That's what's happened. We've been chosen, and he isn't. He's the Edomite. God said he kept Jacob close to him, and he put by Esau. Esau's been put away. Yeah? You understand? The devil's been put away. Right, and it says here, let's continue with Luke, and it says, and he said, take heed that be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am he. And this man here, come in the Lord's name, saying that this is the Lord. Yeah? This Caucasian man said, he's the Lord. He ain't nothing to do with the Lord. This is the devil, the Bible speaks of. It's all right, I'm ignoring him, because he's trying to provoke me, so I go to jail.
That's why I want to be able to sit with you.
Right, and it says here,
I'm listening.
and it says, take heed that no man deceive you by any means, come in my name, saying, I am Christ. And the time draweth near. And we're seeing the time. Because Second Thessalonians, let's go back to the 9th chapter. It says, and he answered me, he said, measure the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest the signs pass, which I told you before, when thou shalt understand that is the very same time when the Most High will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when thou shalt see earthquakes, we're getting earthquakes regular, yeah? And uproars of the people. What are they doing in Italy? Right now they've got, what's that place? They've got locked down. And they're mandating you got to take the jab. Yeah, they're mandating you got to take that, yeah? This is what the Bible's talking about. And it says, then shalt thou understand that the highest spoke of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all is made in the world have a beginning and the end. And we read the end of this society, the eon, the age, is the so-called Caucasians. They've ruled three cracks, like the Greeks, the Romans, and now the rebirth of the Roman Empire. Yeah? And it says here, let's go back. And it says,
I have to go. I appreciate everything you are saying. I hope that this man doesn't bother you anymore.
and it says, but ye shall hear of wars. What are we hearing about now? World War III, it's in the papers. Hearing about that. Of wars, of commotions. Be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we're just seeing these things, they're coming to pass, but the end ain't come yet. You understand? It's still going, yeah?
Thank you for your words, and I hope that this man stops bothering you.
Huh?
I hope that this man stops bothering you. Thank you for spending your time to
That's all right.
speak.
When you do the work of God, you're going to get Satan come in the midst. It has to. That's how I know that I'm doing good works. Because Satan, if Satan don't come up, then I'm something not right. You understand?
Have a nice evening.
Yeah, you take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. And it says, wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, by and by. Then he said unto them, this is Yahushua saying unto the 12, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines. We're seeing all that now. Americans going through the worst famine. Let's go. Huh? Touch. Famines in America. Famines in America.
Famines have been rare in US history, but they have occurred in certain regions. However, the only really large-scale famine I know occurred after the Civil War in the 1860s, across large sections of the still contested South.
Let's go to 2021. Right, this is from I don't want starving from Syria. I want it from America. Right, let's go to the global. This is what it says. This is the Guardian, and it says. phone is playing up. All of a sudden now, this shit's playing up. Because what they're saying in America is how not only are they, because of the work environment, is saying that the actual ground is drying up. Yeah? It's a six-fold increase in people suffering famine-like conditions since pandemic began. 11 are likely dying from a minute of hunger, now outpacing COVID-19 symptoms from Oxfam. A new Oxfam report today says that as many as 11 people are likely dying from hunger and malnutrition each minute. This is more than the current global death of the CV-19, which is around 7 people per minute. Right? So the Lord is bringing that all the plagues of Egypt. Right? Resist the devil and he will flee. Yeah? And it says, let's continue with the word of God. Interrupt by the Satan himself. Because he's come up before trying to cause trouble. He wants me to knock him out, so I go to jail, you know what I mean? And it says, then said he unto me, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence. Famines and pestilence. Pestilence is what? Diseases. Right? And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. What do we talk about? The eclipse, yeah? The eclipse was a great sign in heaven, because that means that there's more destruction coming. Every time you see an eclipse, you know there's something coming. And they talk about wolf moons and full moons. These are signs, what the Lord said, be not deceived. Let's get that, I think this is Jeremiah. This is, the heathens are, let's see if we can find it in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 10. Oh yeah, this is Jeremiah 10 and 2. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathens are dismayed at them. That's why they get their telescopes and they're all looking up in the heavens. We as Hebrew Israelites want to look up and say, there's a full moon, there's destruction coming, you know? So let me get right, let me fast, you know? Let me put in an extra fast, you know? But our people don't do that because they don't know. They actually got what they call them. They actually got these Satanists telling them stuff, promoting stuff on the TV, especially to our young children. Yeah. And it says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prison. So it tells you that in Revelations that they'll cast some of us into prison. And I've been to jail many a time. About 4 times I've been in the tombs for this word, but I've come out and it ain't stopped me. I've just come and done what I got to do, because there's nothing going to stop me. You can't do nothing against this truth, only for it. You know, because this is the Lord's word. And it says, brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And that's what it tells you in John. They hate me, they don't hate you, they hate him. So let's get that. This is John 15. This is John 15. Let's start 15 and 16. It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go forth and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain. That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he might give you. That's another cut to the Trinity. And the Trinity said that Jesus is God. Why is he going to ask himself? It says here, whatever you shall ask of my Father in my name, he may give you. Have you heard of the Trinity? You know when they say that God is Jesus, or Jesus is God, I should say. That's a garbage. Because that means he's got to be a schizophrenic. Because you know, went to the garden and he prayed to the Father. So that means he's praying to himself. You know what I mean? So that Trinity, that was a fallacy that was put in, you know? And it says here, these things I command you, that you should love one another. And he's not talking about us loving Caucasians, like us loving blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians, and Israelites. Because we're the ones that are segregated, we're the ones that are killing each other. You know, so we need to come back. And love worketh no ill to his neighbour. He's a Caucasian man. This is his love. Putting us in slavery, burning us, raping our women, separating the babies from their mothers, putting yokes of iron on our neck, carting us off in ships, burning us, hanging us, feeding our babies to alligators, yeah, alligator brain lynching. Have you ever listened to the Willie Lynch letters? Yeah? That is the greatest cracker ever to live, the white man, the greatest white man, he's got to be Willie Lynch. He devised that method. He said, look, if you do this with your slaves, they'll keep you in slavery to 300 to 1,000 years. And they'll create a cycle. That's like you see today. They not only did they do that, there was this white man who done an experiment. Because what they did, you know, the Caucasian man searches out all things. It says in Daniel that the white man's wiser than Daniel, wiser in wickedness. You know what I mean? But what they did, he had this thing. He said, right, let's find out what creature, what warm-blooded creature is the closest to the human setup. You know, like man, woman, child. You know what I mean? So they found out that rats and mice have got a similar community, the way they move. So what he did is he built this thing in his barn. And he said, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to gather like 1,000 mice, women, children, and male mice. Built a little metropolis for them. He said, right, let me feed them, give them everything they need. Let's see what they do. And they prospered. They had, men will come out, mice will go out and hang out with the men, you know what I mean? And the women would be with their children, looking after the children. And what he did now, he said, let me take away certain things. Take away food, take away whatever, you know, take away water. And they found that the male rats started to gang up and act like, you know, like the Crips and the Bloods, but today. The women would neglect their children. Same thing was happening in the ghettos in America. You know what I mean? Because this man has been setting up his device because he wants to get back his blessing, the white man wants to get back